Thank you very much. Thank you very important. This early morning on the 29th October 2025. This is the Gwira Gwira Podcast from YouTube, getting connected to you from wherever you are. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Call me jina kubwa, jina dogo, Nice Junior, sauti ya nyikani, the deepest voice in the coastal region, bringing you the live show. You can also get connected to us in the Facebook platform, that is Gwira Gwira Promo, where things are getting on when and when. Now, yesterday the topic which ran to the show, which made the show more enjoyable, was children and technology. Children and technology. We are able to look out at how these children, after they have closed the schools and they are back to home, where they are meeting their parents, where they are meeting their different people who can be able to guide them. How are they using the technology? And what are the effects of using that technology? Both positive and negative. We were able to see this technology is shaping these children. May I say, is it Gen Z or it is Alpha generation? They are being shaped by this technology. They are knowing things which can help them in their life. They are getting connected to different parts of the world, internationally, through the technology. We saw that there must be limitations of these platforms, of this technology they are using, so that they can also take time to socialize with different people outside. So that's it. You can find it is all the time. They are on the social media, they are on the technology, just going on this and this, just moving from one page to another, scrolling and scrolling. But they can also find time to be able to socialize with different people in the community, to know how to solve different challenges in life, to know how to socialize with some people. We are also be able to see that some of the things which are occurring, some of the crimes which are occurring, is because of this technology, where these children have been, every time they are on the technology and not finding time to socialize with people, that's making them not know how to socialize with these people. But through use of limitation, mastering of this technology which they are using, you find it good to be able to control how these children run these things. Talking to these children, the buttons of the technology, into these children, this obesity, where one does not move around to exercise his or her body, because of every time just sitting and doing what we call technology use, technology overuse. And also something concerning brain, where you find it's not thinking too much, it's not exercising, may say use of brain. Because every time, if he or she wants to get a question answered, will go to the apps, to the artificial intelligence, and get the answers very easy, without strangling, without using a lot of force to think, without using common sense to think, and will just be copy pasting from one region to another, from one app to another. But through the use of limiting these apps, you find that only some information can be found in those apps. We'll be able to make these people think. We'll be able to make these people use their common sense. Thank you very much. This is the Gwira Gwira Podcast. Sauti ya Nyikani is taking the show, the deepest voice in the coastal region. Thank you very much for joining with me this day, this 29th, Wednesday, October 2025. On the other side, we are ready to discuss about governance and ethics from wherever you are. Now, first, before we just begin with the show about our country itself, remember Tanzania today is taking election. Today they are voting. Tanzania, we wish you all the best in your country as you undertake the voting process today. May peace be with you. May wisdom and knowledge be with you, so that you can be able to choose leaders who are God chosen, who can be able to help you run your economy. Thank you. Now, when we just come back to our topic, which is governance and politics. We want to talk about cybercrime today. So, when you just hear the mentioning of cybercrime, what do you understand? Maybe you had it yesterday, you had it some years ago, you had it some months ago, and maybe you had it when Raila Amolo Odinga, the former Prime Minister of Kenya, was buried. May his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in eternal power. So, what is it? You had many politicians, many people in your country, the Gen Zs, mentioning cybercrime every time they mention about it. What runs in your mind with that God we are living today? This is Gwira Gwira Podcast. Keep on following. So, cybercrime refers to criminal activities that are carried out using computers or the internet. So, these are criminal activities. Not only physical criminal activities carried out by anybody, but by use of computers and internet. So mostly we can just say by use of electronic gadgets, where they're used to do some crimes. Remember, these things are man-made. And maybe some people would like to con others from that. Some people would like to steal from that and make this life miserable to someone. So, it encompasses a wide range of offenses that can target individuals, organizations, or government. So this cybercrime, these criminals, they can also affect individuals, they can affect government and also organizations. So we want to look at some of the key characteristics of this cybercrime criminal. One of them being digital nature. What do we mean by digital nature? This is cybercrime is inherited linked to technology and the internet, utilizing digital devices and networks to commit illegal acts. Remember, there are legal acts and the illegal acts, which are permitted to be carried out by use of this internet and computers. But these are things which are digital nature, linked to technology and internet, utilizing digital devices. Another one is variety of offenses. It includes various types of crimes, such as hacking, identity theft, online fraud, cyberbullying, and the distribution of malicious software. So, when we talk of variety of offenses, there's something concerning hacking, where your devices are hacked, where your emails are hacked, your accounts are hacked, and used to steal from other people. Those people, when they look at the person who hacked, the person who stole from them, they find it's you, but not you really. It's another action, and using them to steal from others. That is hacking. Identity there. Some people may so different links. This is going to happen. Send this amount of money to this link. Something is going to happen. You're going to get a blind. Now I'm asking, where do you get a blind by first giving out money? What's that? We have to be careful. Online fraud, cyberbullying, and distribution of malicious software. So these links which are shared to you, you have to identify, to know which type of links are these. This person who comes to you on your electronic gadgets, they tell you this is what you're supposed to do. How are you supposed to consider them? How should you be able to understand them? How should you know the right links? How should you know the right people and the information they are trying to give to you? Anonymity. It does often operate, making it difficult to trace their action and hold them accountable. So these people who do this, these people, what they do, to hold them ability to trace wherever they are, to trace their accounts, because they are hacking other people's accounts so that they can be able to use them to steal from different individuals. So what are we supposed to do? understanding yourself, understanding the type of gadget you're using is very important. Let's look at common types of cybercrimes. We have asked about hacking. We have another one known as phishing. Deceive attempts to obtain sensitive information like passwords or credit card numbers, what we call attempt to get other people's credit card numbers. Remember, when this person gets this information from you, they can be able to use it from other people. They can track your information and use it, and track other people's things so that they can be sent some amount of money. Where these people, you find them accusing that thing, I'm so and so, I'm your friend, this is what happened. You have to be in a position to know how to deal with these things. Another one is identity theft, we have mentioned. Ransom attack, we have mentioned. Cyber, we have mentioned. But let's just go back, look at motivation behind the Cybercrime Amendment Bill. When you talk about this bill, what are these typically motivated by several factors? Which are these factors? What is threats? Increasing incidents of cyber attacks, data breaches, and online frauds have promoted the need for a strong legal framework. So, because of rising cyber threats, they make the government be in a position to be able to come up with an amendment bill about cybercrime. Because of this issue, every time they are becoming more and more. Online fraud, it is becoming more and more. Cyber attacks, where people are losing their information. The information are being breached. So the government decided to come up with this bill so that it can be amended to avoid these rising cyber threats. Another one is technological advancements. Remember, when the technology is still advancing, some things may also advance. They advance. They come up with the technology. These cybercrimes, the way the technology is advancing, they are also advancing. And because they are advancing, the government should decides to come up with the amendment bills about cybercrimes to be able to limit these activities of cybercrimes, to be able to protect people's data, to be able to protect people from cybercrime, necessitating updates laws to address new challenges. So as technology advances, they are coming up with the laws to be able to address the new challenges in the technology. Remember, this technology is just advancing. Nobody who can say, I understand technology more than anyone else. Because every day, every hour you wake up, the technology is also advancing. And because it is advancing, these cyber crimes are also advancing. So we have to come up with new rules, new laws, so that we can be able to tackle this. Another one is international standards. Our country to do what they are doing. We want to maintain the international standard. How can you be able to maintain the international standards? You have to ensure there are laws to guide the cyber crime. There are laws to guide the technology, the advancing technology, so that you can be in a position to work with the international countries and treaties to facilitate cooperation in combating cyber crimes across borders. So when you come up with these rules and laws, you shall be able to cooperate with the international countries and make different things work in your country. Because you cannot be in a position where another country is facilitating, is running these rules about cyber crimes. then you want them to operate with you who do not recognize these cybercrime rules. That one will not work. Another one is public safety. Remember, the public must be protected. Because if it is the government is kept in position in office by this public. And you have to protect the public from these cyber threats. And ensuring their online safety is a primary concern for governments. Because remember, these people, most of them are running business online. Many people are doing a lot of activities, even learn in online. And you have to protect them from these cyber threats, where someone is undertaking his or her own task. Then a message just pops on their screens, threatening them about the use of online. That one will not work. It means the business will collapse. It means the learning will not take place as planned. So the government should take care of public safety. Another one is advantage and disadvantages of cybercrime amendment bill. When we just begin with the advantages, this enhanced security. This one, where legal measures against cybercrime providing law enforcement will better tools to combat online offenses. If there is enhancing of security, these people will be able to take out different tasks without fear, different tasks without being threatened. Remember, when you are threatened about something, you will not be in a position to tackle it well. You will have some fears on how you are going to operate. Just look at a position where someone is learning. If this person is threatened, will not be in a position to undertake the education very well smoothly. In fact, this person will be confused and will not understand anything. So, enhancing security. Another one is protection of data. Remember, the data we use must be secured. The passwords, the pins we use must be secured. We have to protect them so that one is very secure when using this data. So if this thing is safeguarded, that is an advantage. You cannot work in a position where you know your password is all over. Everyone knows your password. Your information will not be protected. You will not work the way you are supposed to work. You will not put more power, more energy in your work because you know your password and whatever are known by everyone. Another one is international cooperation. We have to cooperate with international world so that we can maybe advance our technology, advance our economy, advance our learning process, and advance everything. Because we want to cooperate with these countries, we have to address these concerning cyber crimes. When we just look at the disadvantages, its potential overreach, there is a risk of the bill being used to infligate all privacy rights or limit freedom of expression. When this amendment bill is on use, some people may be limited to express their rights, may be limited to express the type of life they are passing through, the type of things they are doing which are done by other people which should be addressed countrywide. If this one happens, there are some group of people which will continue suffering without their activity being mentioned, without their activity being looked out to. Because there is no way someone can be limited to speak, then you tell me you're going to understand the type of activity, the type of challenge this person is passing through. Another one is implementation challenges. Remember, these things, it was not previously there. Like in our country, Kenya, where you are dealing with the Gen Zs, it's very hard about cyber crimes. Because they are telling them this is the role you're supposed to follow. But them themselves, they say, no, you want to intimidate us. You want to make our voice not heard. And themselves, they are saying, a voice for the voiceless. They want to express their rights. They want to express their suffering, their challenges. is through online, but we just include the cybercrime. How will them be had? Another one is cost of compliance. Remember, organization may incur significant cost to comply with new regulations, especially smaller business. Complying with these costs of cybercrime may be very hard because some people who had advanced, who had known this is how we operate without the use of, without the amendment rules of cybercrime. Just hard for them to use. My friend from wherever you are, thank you for watching the show. I see time as real erupts. It is 7 minutes past 7. Continue following. Comment something with a good podcast. Thank you. I was your host, Jina Kubwa, Jina Dugu, Naiza Junior, Sauti ya Nyikani, the deepest voice in coastal region. Bye. The deepest voice in coastal region. Bye.